Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Learning Academy of Commerce. Today we will learn the difference between formal communication and informal communication. Formal communication follows a hierarchical structure, while informal communication does not follow a hierarchical structure. Formal communication is used for official purposes, while informal communication is used for personal or social purposes. Formal communication uses professional language and tone, while informal communication uses casual language and tone. Formal communication is usually documented and recorded, while informal communication is not usually documented or recorded. Formal communication emphasizes facts, figures, and data, while informal communication emphasizes personal experiences and opinions. Formal communication follows specific channels of communication, while informal communication does not follow specific channels of communication. Formal communication typically involves written communication such as memos, reports, and emails, while informal communication typically involves verbal communication such as conversations, gossip, and jokes. Formal communication can be time consuming and may require approval before dissemination, while informal communication can be quick and easily disseminated. Formal communication is usually used in formal settings such as meetings or presentations, while informal communication is usually used in informal settings such as social gatherings or conversations with friends. Formal communication generally less prone to misinterpretation, while informal communication is generally more prone to misinterpretation due to informal nature of communication. Formal communication is generally one-way communication, while informal communication is generally two-way communication. Formal communication uses standard templates, formats, and protocols, while informal communication may not follow any particular format or protocol. Formal communication is primarily used for official or business purposes, while informal communication is primarily used for socializing and building relationships. Formal communication may involve complex or technical language, while informal communication uses simpler language and may include slang or colloquialisms. Formal communication typically requires preparation and planning, while informal communication can be spontaneous and impromptu. Formal communication follows a specific tone and manner of communication, while informal communication may vary depending on the relationship between the communicators. Formal communication uses appropriate titles and salutations, while informal communication may not use formal titles or salutations. Formal communication is generally more structured and organized, while informal communication is generally less structured and may be more unpredictable. Formal communication can be more rigid and less flexible, while informal communication can be more flexible and adaptable to changing situations. Formal communication can be used to establish authority and power, while informal communication can be used to build trust. Formal communication typically involves clear objectives and goals, while informal communication does not have a clear objective or goal. Formal communication often requires adherence to a specific timeline, while informal communication may not have a specific timeline or deadline. Formal communication may involve legal or contractual implications, while informal communication typically does not involve legal or contractual implications. Formal communication often involves a high level of professionalism, while informal communication may involve a more relaxed or casual approach. Formal communication often used for communicating sensitive or confidential information, while informal communication may not be suitable for communicating sensitive or confidential information. Formal communication typically involves communication with external stakeholders such as clients, customers, or vendors, while informal communication typically involves communication with internal stakeholders such as colleagues or friends. Examples of formal communication include annual reports, legal documents, and official announcements. While the examples of informal communication include gossip, small talk, and personal anecdotes. Formal communication typically uses formal grammar and sentence structure, while informal communication may use more colloquial language and sentence structure. Formal communication usually requires more attention to detail and accuracy, while informal communication may be more forgiving of errors or mistakes. Formal communication may involve multiple levels of approval or sign off, while informal communication may not require approval or sign off. Formal communication is often used to convey important or serious information, while informal communication is often used to convey light-hearted or trivial information. Do subscribe my YouTube channel, like the video and share it with your friends. Thank you.